you wanted to get on the
Oh, I
subject there.
want them to be, I can talk about them anytime, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, because they're so, you know, authentic.
Yeah,
The
it's true.
authenticity, the authenticity is unmatchable,
Yeah,
right?
you were amazed when you went to that that thing, that seminar or whatever it was that you
Oh, I
went
spent
a couple
15
a
days in
week.
heaven.
Yeah, 15 days of it. I could see why. Yeah, definitely beautiful. Really, truly beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we marched the desert together. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
like in those 15 days.
All right.
Um,
Yeah.
One thing that Michael Robbins and his group at one time, they went to the Gobi Desert, I believe, and they
Yeah.
walked the trail, okay,
Wow.
and they designed this oriata in it. They
Yeah.
wrote um, part of the music, and because he was a orchestra leader, and yeah, quite amazing people.
Yeah, they are. Really. It was nice. I'm glad you told me about that and
Well,
sent me
it's
the
because
you
you
sent me the
deserve it.
link. You
Yeah,
sent me the link, so I went into it yesterday. I was like, let me go check that out. So
I'm
I'd
glad
really
you
like to hear it. I like to
asked.
go back to the class. I'll shut up. Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
We can talk about our, so I was looking at this is going to be a video about starting what we left off in the book yesterday,
Right.
the
Yeah.
treatise in white magic. But we
Mm-hmm.
have to gather at this moment. Okay, we are April 3. Okay, and we are
Mm-hmm.
getting closer and closer to the eclipse, and each degree is significant because we are in Mercury retrograde, right?
Right. Yeah.
And this
Mm-hmm.
Mercury retrograde, it represents also the fall of consciousness. And we want to look at this first before we do anything else. Okay. This
Mm-hmm.
Mercury retrograde, it's symbolic. It is the symbolism of completing, the last sign of the zodiac,
Mm-hmm.
where you come and release everything to be released and take with you whatever
Mm.
is adaptable to you. We
I
have
even
to
I even told my doctor today, get an injection in my hand. I told him that my birthday is on the equinox, and he says, "Wow."
on the eclipse,
The
on the
eclipse, I'm sorry, yeah,
yeah.
not the equinox, the eclipse, and he said, "Wow."
Oh yeah, your chart, sweet. Even your chart, I was looking at earlier because see, I have the same um, uh, opposition as you have in your
Right,
chart.
you're the opposite of me, right? You're right
But
across
yeah,
from
but
me.
I have the same, but it touches a different other planet for me, right?
Oh, does
But
it? Okay.
look at the beauty of all of this. Even Lucifer, okay, is when you were born, Lucifer, the asteroid Lucifer was retrograde, okay,
How was it?
and yes, because you see him here, okay, and he was in Leo for you, and he see the ease that he brings out. It's like you've been resurrected.
You don't
Okay.
have it on my screen yet. I can't see it.
Oh, shush, 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 shush. Oh, I'm so excited that you're getting some measure of understanding, the beauty of
Yeah,
really.
this is really special. I mean, I'm honored to have that on my birthday. Have you know?
Yeah. And yeah, that's so significant because it's a graduation. Okay.
Wow.
You
Graduating.
see,
Okay. All
yeah,
right. Now you got me up there. Let's see what
yeah,
it's.
see this, you have
Mm-hmm.
that Pluto, quintiling, Venus, right? It's connecting, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also a crossing, Jupiter here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's connecting with Jupiter. It's connecting
Right.
with the moon. It's connecting with family and alignment and series. Right. It's more
Mhm.
like a lineage.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mars is not even involved.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you don't have anything really there
Keep,
in Mars.
yeah.
See this,
Keep
right?
him out of trouble. Yeah.
Mercury is bringing challenges a little, but it's just a stretch, but it's nothing. It's going to be like more like an exterior energy.
To Fol
Uh, yeah, and
to that house, or to
it's in
Folka?
the eighth house. It's in the
It's
house of
in the eighth
Scorpio.
house.
It's going to, yeah.
Okay.
So
All
it's going
right.
to be singing a little bit, but it's going to be it's like when you have everything going on, and then there's a stretch that belongs in it. Like
All
now
right.
we can stretch it out to something even uh, clearer for you. That's kind of what the energy
Oh,
becomes. Okay.
okay. All right.
Remember, we come from a population of consensus. We all agreed, right?
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
we become a more like we're looking for spirituality within ourselves, right? So
Right.
consensus spirituality, and then we are learning to manage our singularity into unity. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Mhm.
So this is what happens here. And did I remember when you become kind of like challenger, which
Mhm.
that Uranus challenge just comes up, and it's a new mold coming out, right? Vulcan here. Vulcan is forging something new. And
Oh,
we have that, and it's connected to Mercury saying, is this the form we want? You know, is
yeah.
this the form you want?
Yeah. I
Because
want to make sure it's what I want.
so
Sure.
what? Yeah, but how do you know? So you go within, you close your eyes, you go within, you take it,
Mhm.
and you breathe in the form that you have in your mindset, and then you release it out. When you breathe out, you manifest it. You understand?
I manifested. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you breathe in what needs to be replaced. Okay,
Mhm.
and then you project it out.
Okay. And
Remember
what?
that when we
Yeah.
feel challenged, we take a breath in, looking at the challenge, okay? Because
Mhm.
this is your entrainment. This is your conditioning from uh, past times, right? Past lives,
Oh, right.
and you have to return to within to allow yourself to notice, I am not in the same era of time. Now I
Right.
belong here.
Right. I'm not
And
in
you
that same thing. I
and you
want to
bring
release
your,
that. Yeah.
yeah. It's just that you have to shift time, chronos. You have to go, I'm not from that place of fear that reside then. I am now this, right?
Mhm.
Because
Yes.
what we do is we react to this subconscious entrainment and conditioning that we have come here with.
Right. We don't want to hang on to that. Yeah.
No, and we're here to release it.
Yeah. We're here to release.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah.
And
Really.
so when we learn to go in immediately to resettle, remanage the course correction, instead of like, oh, I'm facing something and now I'm feeling fear, this brings you to, that was then I had, but now I have the courage to show up.
Have the courage to show up. All right. That's what I got to remember to say. Yeah.
It's so amazing the tools that we have. And look at that beautiful chart. You know, it's
Mm.
like, and there's never anything wrong when there's a square coming in. It's just a challenge to make life more interesting.
Right. I know what you're
Imagine
saying.
being
Yeah.
always a status quo.
And
No,
it's got to be boring. Yeah.
it really has. And you're not a boring girl. Okay.
No. No. I'm not. No.
So, and we want to keep that aspect of joy, that aspect of not
Yeah.
being a boring person. And
I like being happy. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. I absolutely love being happy. And
Yeah.
when I catch myself being down, and I've had last week, Holy Week was terrible for me.
Yeah, you
Ah,
said you felt kind of down. Yeah.
yeah, but when you watch the Easter service that I made, that I have had you watch,
Right.
it gets you to understand what just happened during the Holy Week to you.
Yeah.
I was feeling,
That's
and I
right.
went, oh my God. There
Yeah,
was all
really.
kinds of new realization that came in from that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I could understand that. Sure.
Because that week was particular difficult for me. I had to apologize to Jesus for what this idiot said to him. I mean, I really took that very seriously to heart, honey. Okay,
I
you have
haven't
no
seen
idea.
anything on that. I haven't
You
seen
have
anything at
no
all on
idea.
it.
Okay, and it just broke my heart because it was like, oh my God, Nostradamus talked about him. Nostradamus talked about a guy wearing a blue suit and a red cap. And I'm going, oh, Lord, so all that kind of rushed into my head, right? If
Oh,
he would
that's
not
why.
have done
Yeah.
it, it was like all these things I've studied rushed into. And I went, oh my God.
It all got to you. Yeah.
It got all back to me. It was like the prophecies, but now, okay, check this out. We have lineage attachment in the back of our subconscious, right? That we
Right.
rarely touch, right? But
Right.
that Holy Week for me was like, it
It
was
all
like
came out.
it
Yeah.
it brought up also past life that I definitely was a monk. Okay.
Oh, you know that. Okay. You felt that was the case. Yeah.
And then what happened is, when you start going within and reminding you that that person that's holding you, okay, back, is
Hmm.
also part of the Lucifer factor in your life, even though it's well in your life and happy, okay, it
Hmm.
also has effect. And you can, whenever you catch yourself being in the position of being of lack and fear, just remind yourself that's what was then, this is now,
Yeah. I'm
right?
gonna let go of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's conditioning. That's what we, none of that stuff that's in our head that prevents us to have the life that we deserve, or want to play with. It
Hmm.
deserve, can be managed. We
Yeah.
don't
Good.
have to start jumping in the moment of fear and go, oh yeah, I like it here.
No,
I've
we have
seen
to
it.
remember that. Yeah.
Because fear is something that we're very comfy with because we knew it. We know how that
Hmm.
works. Joy is like, it doesn't have to worry about anything. Okay, it just
Yeah.
skips and hops and skips and moves on. What's
Yeah.
next?
Yeah. That's
So look at
easy.
that
Yeah.
beautiful chart, Lord.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. That's nice. Goodness, we better chalk. Chart. Yeah.
So, and then another conditioning that you worked with this week on yourself, Renee, was, at first you had fear, now you have joy about it.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah. Be
release that
happy.
fear of seeing that opposition.
Right. This. Yeah. Don't think about the opposition.
Yeah, and look at Vulcan here at in your air, in your fire work, and it's
Mm.
firing up. It's firing up
Mm.
to Zeus.
Wow.
Changing of the waters.
Wow.
So no complaints. Okay,
Yeah. I don't have no complaints. It's great.
so we're gonna go to. You see this?
Yes. Where we up
Okay,
to? We were up to 7. Were we up
yeah.
to?
Well, we stand toward.
When we stop? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
we go into 3 types of people, and then we stopped.
yeah.
They are, and we didn't do that part.
We're at
Yeah.
7. We're
Yeah.
like a couple of chapter before, a couple of paragraphs before
All
7.
right. Are
Okay,
we
so
up to
here
the
it is.
initiates? Are we up to the initiates?
Where the three types of people will respond to this book.
Yeah, I think that was where we left off.
Yes.
We didn't do any of them. Okay. All right. You ready? Okay.
Yep.
I'll read. Yeah. Those open minded investigators who are willing to accept its fundamentals as a working hypothesis until these are demonstrated to be erroneous. They will be frankly agnostic, but willing temporarily in their search for truth to try out the methods and follow the suggestions laid down for their consideration.
Just like I was telling you right now, you're
Hmm.
opening your mind to investigate yourself, right?
Right.
And I express to you that you can go in and remind yourself that was me then in that life in that subconscious I act and now I am this, right? That
Hmm.
declaration of I am comes
Yeah.
back in.
Right.
Yeah. Two.
Hmm. Aspirants and disciples. They will study this treatise in order to understand themselves better and because they seek to help their brother man. They will not accept its dicta blindly, but will experiment, check, and corroborate with care and stages and steps laid down for them in this section of the teaching of the ageless wisdom.
Okay, so here you wanted to make sure that you are an aspirant and you are becoming a disciple, right?
Yeah,
And all that does is it's just committing yourself to your soul, right?
right.
Being a disciple of yourself in a way to reach the higher part of yourself.
Hmm. Yeah,
So there is a magnetic energy there that you want to start to practice with. Notice those little steps, like once you start practicing, oh, I'm being anxious about this, let me go in. Is this about today's world or is that before? You know what I mean?
yeah.
You want to keep on self-questioning.
Is it old things or is it new? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
you learn to know yourself. It's the first reaction that you always answer to. Remember that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
good.
Okay.
Initiates.
Initiates. These persons will arrive at a meaning which will not be apparent to those in the first group, and which will only be suspected by the more advanced members of the second. Within themselves, they know the truth of many of its statements and will release the subjective working out of many of the laws. These laws of nature have effects in three distinct realms.
Mm-hmm.
A, physically, where they demonstrate as effects in the dense form. B, etherically, where they demonstrate as the energy lying back of those effects. And C, mentally, where they concern the impulses which produce the other two.
Mm-hmm. So this is all about you going internally, noticing what you're doing. Okay, you're physically feeling, right? The physical effect are demonstrating within yourself.
Mhm, mhm.
Etherically, you are feeling the energy, and now you can observe those
Yeah,
effects.
observe, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, it is observing the consensus within
Mhm,
yourself. Okay, is this
mhm.
yours or is it someone else? Is this
Right.
now
It
or is
may
it in the
not be
past?
yours, right, it may not be yours, even though you're seeing it there, right.
We live in a
Mhm,
very busy world, and mentally, your mind gets trained, re-centered to you. Okay,
mhm.
and then it pays attention to what it did for the two, and mentally, you know what to set yourself at.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. Okay, the treatise, go back. The
Mhm.
treatise on cosmic fire dealt primarily with the solar system and only touched upon human aspects and correspondences insofar as they demonstrated the relation of the part to the whole and of the unit to the totality.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Cosmic Fire is another book, okay,
Yeah.
and it's about the cosmic world that we're living in at this moment. It talks about what we are. Well, cosmic fire actually explains what's happening today. Okay. And
Hmm.
it's a very difficult book to read too, but it's really the
Yeah, but
explanation of the cosmos and the explanation of the global authority that we're in right now.
yeah.
The treatise in white magic is all about the human
Yeah,
singular.
yeah, now it's the next sentence. Okay, the present book will deal more specifically with human development and unfoldment, elucidating the causes which are responsible for the present effects, and pointing to the future and its possibilities, and to the nature of the unfolding
Yeah.
potentialities.
So what happens there, right? Just like what I was just telling you earlier
Mm-hmm.
before we start to read,
Mm-hmm.
where
Mm-hmm.
there's a development that just comes in within us. We become illuminated. We don't spend time on weaklings. Okay.
Yeah.
We I don't spend
Yeah.
time making myself miserable anymore.
Why? Yeah. Why should you?
you
That's
know,
why you observe and you see it's not for you, so you go move on.
and it's difficult also to learn to be joyful because
Hmm.
it's like you got a little bit of guilt at the beginning,
Yeah, because
because
you're
people
going
are,
back to the old stuff. Yeah,
yeah, because the old 70, remember, 70% of the population is in the old
it's
stuff.
still there. Yeah.
Yeah. 20% of the population is awoken. All right. And
Hmm.
10% of the population has become more than awoken.
Yeah.
So the 20% is have become spiritual, right?
Hmm.
And there's a 10% that have been individualizing, like I've been doing, and you're
Hmm.
learning to do.
Hmm.
And individualizing just only means that you finally understand the threat, the the wiring system within you, that you
Hmm.
notice, oh, I'm not in the right place, I'm feeling like this.
Yeah, this isn't my thing. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is old. This is old stuff.
Yeah. This is not the thing that I like at all anymore. I've learned
Mm.
not to like that.
See, I'm confused about the ageless wisdom. I'd got that book out of, and I was starting to read it, and it was confusing to me because it would go into sections that meant something for that area. And then would go the next one, and I was like, what is this book about? I don't understand it.
hmm Well, you got to stick with it. Okay.
I
It's
guess I
ex-
should have went further with it. And I was like confused, so I left it alone.
yeah, but that's usually when people are not ready to have them.
Hmm.
They self defeat. See, that's Lucifer there.
Oh,
Okay.
he better get out of my life. Yeah.
That's Lucifer there. Lucifer is always invisible, right? But it's
Yeah.
that little Lucifer thing that says, "Oh, maybe you should buy that chocolate bar."
Yeah,
You
right.
know,
Yeah, that's right. It's me more trouble than it's worth. Yes.
yeah. Or maybe I should stop reading this now because, and then you completely forget to continue reading.
Yeah. I gotta go back to it again,
So
get it out of there.
you see the loose is there,
Yeah.
distracting you,
Right.
is
Yeah.
sending you to where you could preoccupy yourself with something that you think is more important in the moment, and then you forgot your focus.
Yeah. The you lost focus is right. Yeah. That's the truth. That's exactly what happened to me. I lost focus.
And that is sometimes that little Lucifer thing saying, "You don't want this book in your life." What,
And
what are you thinking? And it made it
confused me.
difficult for
Yeah.
you to accept. But when
Confusing. Yeah.
but when it's meant to be understood by you, it came back to you, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it came
Gotta go
back
back.
attached with somebody that's so stubborn about it.
I'm going back to it. Yeah.
You know,
Definitely want to go back to it. Maybe I'll understand more.
well, yeah, but it came back attached with me that was like, there's no way you're getting away from understanding, you know.
Yeah, right. Go back to it. It's
hmm
important.
It's
Yeah.
so important, Renee.
Hmm.
I know that you have a meeting.
No, I'm good right now.
Okay, so let's go. Next one.
Okay, this book Oh yeah, don't go past the book. Okay. This book will be based also on four fundamental postulates, which must be admitted by the student of the succeeding pages as providing an hypothesis worthy of its consideration and trial. No true investigator of the ageless wisdom is asked to give blind adherence to any presentation of truth. He is asked, however, to be an open mind and seriously to weigh and consider the theories and ideals, the laws and the truths which have guided so many out of the darkness into the light of knowledge and experience. The postulates might be enumerated as follows and are
Uh,
given in the order of their importance. Okay, you want to explain some stuff
yeah,
there?
this is just what's coming. DK has given us this, and the postulates are the is going to explain them as they come. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the first one is first that there exists in our manifested universe the expression of an energy, right? We all know
Mm,
that.
yeah.
Or life which is a responsible cause of the diverse form and the vast hierarchy of sentient being who compose the sum total of all that is. We have to
Wow.
admit that, okay? We
Powerful
know,
sentence there.
uh,
That's a powerful sentence.
yeah, we have to admit that there's more than just us.
Mm-hmm.
About
Yeah.
us, right?
Right.
We have this we have this structure around our bodies that is in constant communication with the outer world, but you have the responsibility to cause multiple diverse forms out of your personality to create, right?
Yeah.
So this is so called hylozoitism. Okay. It is a
Mm.
theory of angels. True the
Oh,
terms, but
okay.
serve to confuse. The
Mm.
great life is the basis of monism.
What
Okay.
is monism?
Monism is your interior monitoring system.
A
I
monitoring
think that's what
system.
it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And all enlightened men are monists. It's people that are aware.
Mm.
You know,
Awareness. Yeah.
they know. Like I can say, I know I can change a conversation, a relationship. I can take power in it. Right?
Yeah.
God is one. Is the
Mm-hmm.
utterance of truth.
Yeah.
God is always with one. He's
Yeah.
everything with every individual. One
Yeah.
life pervades all forms. Oh, this is important. One life pervades all forms, and those forms are the expression. So the one life is God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of us on the planet are forms of expressions.
Okay. Right.
In a time, which is the era we are in, and the space that's where you live,
Mm-hmm.
of the central universal energy. That central universal energy is centered within you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because without that, there's nothing else out there. You're not here.
Right. You're not here to do it. Yeah.
So life in manifestation produces existence and being.
Yeah.
Not life in manifestation. We produce our daily existence, how we experience life, and the people we are bringing in as being in our lives, right?
Right.
So life in manifestation produce existence and being. It produce entertainment.
Right.
In time and space of the central universal energy, you are the central universal energy in your universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
it is the root cause, therefore, of duality.
Mm-hmm.
Life manifests through you, right?
Yeah.
The moment that you just let life come at you instead of you coming to it,
Yeah.
things
That's
gets,
that's when you get overwhelmed. Yeah, if
well,
you let
that's
it.
when you get
Yeah.
distorted.
Yeah.
There's distortion there. When you feel
Mhm.
distortion coming in, it's like, I'm going to take a moment before I deal with this again. For like,
Yeah.
sometimes you want to walk away from your task that you're doing because obviously you're not clear about something. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Mhm.
you just have to take a moment. This duality, which is seen when objectively is present and which disappears when the form aspects vanishes, is covered by many terms,
Mm.
of which for the sake of clarity, the most usual might be here listed, which is spirit, matter. Spirit is always in matter, right?
Right. Right.
There's no form without life.
Mhm.
Father, mother,
Mhm.
positive, negative, darkness, light, big,
Mhm.
small. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
It's
could see the duality there. Yeah.
all these opposites,
The
right?
opposites. Yeah.
So learning to engage and blend them. I'm going to say something here that is going to be off track, but remember, when your brain can make sense of the age of Cancer and the age of Gemini, that time did appear 8,000, 10,000 before Christ, before BC, when we
Mm.
can come naturally to accept, yeah, there was people then, right?
Yeah.
Instead of coming in saying, oh no, this just all started a couple of thousand years ago. We know that it's not true,
Mhm. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So students must clearly have this essential unity in mind when they talk, as they need must in finite terms of that duality which is everywhere cyclically apparent. Okay, so
Mhm.
duality comes into us,
Mhm.
like a distortion comes into us. Okay,
Mhm.
there's a when distortion comes in, there's within your subconscious there's a recognition
Right.
that has a piece of information there for you,
Mhm.
and now it's pulling it up for you to have reference to,
Right.
because the mind always thinks in picture for the time being.
Right. Yeah.
So we pull up the file from our subconscious. Remember that subconscious has been primed and conditioned. This
Mhm.
is your awareness at this time coming in and say, okay, you were prime conditioned back then. I understood all that and I didn't want this. Now I am this.
Mhm.
See how the
Yeah.
form how you can change the form. Now I am this. You're giving yourself a new attribute, right?
Mhm.
I think that's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
I'm a little bit. I know I'm very passionate about this stuff, but it's
Mm.
because it's something that we can actually do physically,
Mm.
feeling the distortion, going,
Yeah.
that's then, and this is what I want now.
Yeah. That's
And
the
you
difference.
go,
Yeah.
you go with it, and you bring your arms up to the heavens, bring it across, across your arms on your chest, and then bring your arms with your hands facing outside and project, this is what I want.
Yeah. You have to say, this is what I want. Yeah.
And I think that's magnificent to be able to
To
do
make it
this.
clear. Yeah.
Yes, because you're being held back by your subconscious, right?
Yeah. I
It's
know.
create It's creating ambiguity. It's creating, so you have to transform it to what you want. That was
Yeah.
then. This is now.
It's like your mind is telling you, "Oh, this is going to happen." And it's always seems to be like a negative, and then you say,
Yeah,
"No, it's not."
that's exactly. It's like you're telling your,
You have your opinion, but it is not right.
yes,
I don't see it that way.
that's it. It's like telling
Yeah.
your 5 year old inside of you going, you're not doing it.
Yeah, that's right. We're not going there. It's not what I want. No.
Yeah, you tell the kid, hey, you ain't doing, that's not happening. You know?
It's true. Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I had a conversation with my daughter one time, and I remember being completely exhausted, working 3 jobs that day. I was passed out on the couch, and she had to go to cheerleading, and that was one of my biggest mistake with her. She was going. I was so tired. Okay, just getting in the car would have been a danger for everybody else either. Okay, so
Mm.
I said, Sabrina, I really can't. I really, really can't. And I let her quit that day. You know, that little voice comes back to her all the time. And
Was she
I had,
upset or was she knew it was right?
she was, a while back, I passed out afterwards. Okay. I
Well, with
was,
a kid, yeah, with a kid, it's hard to explain because they haven't experienced enough of
yeah.
life to
So I
realize.
just
Yeah.
kind of like, but then the few days afterwards, she had to go to practice. She goes, no, I quit. And she, in that moment, I, I was, young mother, tired, just tired. Okay. If I would have
Mm.
had the awareness of today, I would have said, hey, that woman that talked to 2 days ago that said, yeah, I can't do it today. She really couldn't,
Yeah. It
you
was too
know?
hard. Yeah, it was too hard for
So
her.
we are learning to be in a different way. So I put in her head, then I see it's okay to quit because I am under duress.
Yeah.
You
It's
get
too
what I'm
much.
saying?
It's too much for me. Yeah, you're one person trying to handle everything. It was just too much, and then trying to have a couple of jobs. They don't realize it at the time,
No,
but
they
now
don't
she's an
realize it
adult.
at the time.
Well,
Today, when,
now she's an adult. She probably sees more than what she did at that
yeah,
point.
but when she does, when I catch her doing it to herself, I'm
Mm,
going,
yeah.
remember, that's your mother that told you you could quit that day.
It's true. Yeah.
It's not it's not true what's happening in your head. It's your mother who was too tired to do what
Yeah.
was right for you, honey.
Could
And
barely move. Yeah.
yeah, so we have to go in and remind
Hmm.
ourselves that was then and I am now.
Yeah.
I think that's a big.
If I had it now, I probably could handle it, but it was too hard at that point.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think this is good work we did today. Um,
Yeah, I think it really made sense. Yeah. I
I'm
could
so glad
understand
you
that.
like it.
Yeah, I'm glad you could explain it a little more so I can see it, concrete.
It's
And
going to grow
see
on you, sweetie. And before you know it, you're going to be talking about this stuff and people are going to look at you and going, you're trying to change me or what?
it. Right. No, no.
No,
Not
I'm not
going
trying to
there.
change you.
No.
I'm just suggesting that maybe you should think about this that way.
Yeah,
You know,
because it's important to see both sides. Yeah.
what's really cool about this, okay, is being
Hmm.
able to go with it immediately and not linger.
Right. If you linger, then you may be doubtful. You
Well,
don't
you
want to be
forget about doing it.
doubtful. Yeah, you forget it. Right. It's true.
This is respectable self management.
Mm, yeah,
Hmm.
it's true. Yeah.
So, anyway, Renee, I think we had a good time today.
Yeah, we did. So tomorrow, yeah, what
No,
was
no
happening
tomorrow.
tomorrow?